Family Leonardo, me Nasiladi on multimedia, the CEO voice of Salon. Today I come for talk to now, my family, make una continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share to our friends them. As we always try to bring for the latest news what they happen around Salon, whether it be politics or any other news them, what they happen or gossip, what they bring out to them live and direct. So please, my family, don't forget to subscribe and share to our friends them. You wanna touch the bell icon so that you don't miss any video we will try for bring out to them. So that's also we want make una don't forget also for subscribe to we TikTok channel on TikTok and also on Facebook or Facebook page or the Voice of Salon or also the on Instagram Voice of Salon. Please family, and don't forget to share. Okay, thank you now. Tata.
Me family, una good evening, una good afternoon, or una good morning. This na on a program again, Salone CashBox. Me family, today na March 3rd, the 3rd of March, 2025. Me Salone people, today I want to come talk about something we a title starting a building from the roof. Salon people, who that they start a building where they build house, they begin build from the roof. He left the foundation, he build the roof. Then where he make the foundation, he puts the roof on top of the foundation. Then where he lay one block, like it always they ace the roof for puts the block them on top of it. Salon people, that is what we're doing to we country. That is what most people way to line these PhDs and we say they get passion for salon. That if at all they get passion for salon, because some not even they come for build us. Some na eat and run. They need a plan for stay. They just want eat the country in wealth. But let we take and say, as then the life we say they get plan for salon, they are building a house by starting with the roof. Now the roof first, then they build. In fact, this not to then can host them, then first then create host them where they build, where they get small false life and then host them they where waiting then they do, then they raise up pillar them. They can host them they thinking about it now. Now false life no more for make you able the above your fence and able they still peep na do for Kongosa. And we create family, they like for Kongosa bad. So not to even they want the Kongosa, but they don't want to make you faint when they say the Kongosa. Now we grow up together, so we understand. We understand. We grow up family, they're not for like me for this talk while they talk. But salon people, this not to even then can host them. If you remember, they host them when they be build first them. The person they get money so for build one flat, but since it get small boyang way left. na the house. So with the money we get, what did they do? And they raise up maybe 4 or 6 pillars them. Then he build on top that them pillar then they. Right? When you think about it now, you be like, why you don't just build one flat full? Pass you make pillar them, then the house can they on top the pillar them. Just for make you tell like I say, you go open garret. You know, but this not so even then can host the day. This is not the fact that now one flat we want build, but we dey make the roof first before we make foundation. Then we will raise one block. We want put one block na the foundation. We pull the roof first, or we begin the pin. Say, you like the roof. Then you lay the one block. You block them. Then you put the roof back. That is what we are doing. And when they destroy, because sometimes when the roof they go on top of the block, the mortar not even the dry better, or sometimes by the time they come to my back, it don't for them. So always, when they go back, the thing and the for them, because when you try to put the heavy roof on top, like the block and mortar where you don't put, because it not dry, before you put everything on top of them, what's it happen? It end up broke back. So that is the situation where we see in Africa. Always, we build the roof first, then we say, they go make them. You can better than just go make the roof. They go make an outside. Like then now, how you they put the block, pass you ace the roof, and then put the block. And then like by the time you come to Mara back, it don't for them. So it's like the building no they go any side. Because we want to try for build the roof first, and then we forget about the foundation and the laying of blocks. This is waiting they affect Africa. Some people I played for Una, this woman, Ngozi Okonjo, where they talk about Africa, have like a pension fund of about 250 billion, but it's not being invested into Africa. Salon people have been promising us I will play the full version, and I will try for Duam hopefully this week. And then he go to our other side where he say, we need for capitalized the banks them, not the continent. He say like the balance sheet has about 70 billion, but like infrastructural requirements in Africa, they need about 200 or so billion dollars. But yet still, he said presidents across Africa, then they talk about, say, we get lithium, we get rutile, we get gold, we get diamond, we get oil, we get cocoa, you name it. But yet still, our banks, them not get the required capital in the balance sheet. The reason for this, Salon people, it is because we they create this persona. We they build the roof before we make the foundation. So as a result, the building don't ever rise, because every time the pressure of the roof, the false life, the fake life, they damage those walls again every time. Salon people, again, it goes back to a statement where, Ariana Chiombori be make, where he say, the West, they go for loan, then give a loan for like 1% interest. To some extent, they pay 0% interest rate. Somebody go ask, say, so what's the point in even giving those loans, how the bank they make money. Again, it goes back to, something where I don't talk about syndicated loans. For the fact that you get relationship with that particular government, like other potential lenders, then they see and say you reputable enough. You get respect. People, when you see government place confidence in you, it's like even though it is 0% interest rate, but now the reputation where it bring to the banks, the future gain. So people, I'm not gonna go there. But you see, when you hear all of these things, it tells you these people they want to start for build house from the roof and not the foundation. Not the foundation. And even sometimes when they try for build from the foundation, like when they dig now for one flat, not for a skyscraper. Not for a skyscraper. I went to New York some years back. The Twin Tower, where they try for rebuild them. Some people, you guys should see the old way they dig, the foundation for that building. You should see it. A few years back. Some years back, I went there. Where did they rebuild them? Salon people, when you hear these leaders in Africa speak like this, it tells you something massive wrong with Africa. Something wrong with Africa. Ideas. Now we lack big time how to transform Africa. God. Hello people, I know waiting at the talk about. For make Africa come alive, now a touching distance away. Just stretch your hand, Africa the better. Because when I hear these leaders, then they talk like this. I've heard even that guy in Rwanda, Kagame, talk about, Africa don't need loan. I've heard Ruto, the Kenyan president, talking about, Africa, then they charge me boku interest rate. Like the interest rate, where will they pay on we get them, he do for make a service, we help ministry. Shut up! See, salon people, when I talk about these things, it shows some amount of, ineptitude in these guys. These guys, they are not exposed. They don't understand. Some people, America, they get a big past the GDP. Past what they produce. China, they get a big pass the GDP. Japan. Some people who don't understand these things. African leaders, they understand these things. You know when you go take debt, almost think that they produce within the economy. Like now, Africa with all these resources, waiting lack now the machineries them. For instance, they say we get 5 billion worth of marine resources, the fishes, the lobsters, the crabs, you name them. Now we water. But now them pampane or the small boats them. Now we want make able to produce 5 billion a year. Or we want to don't wait till when the pampan and catch 1 minute today. They go sell on a Congo market. They get 1 lions. Then they catch one herring tomorrow. They go sell on a Dove Court. They catch 2 lions. Is this how we want to get that money? They say, we see at times the fishing in the big thing and the water, they come down along the beach. They say now witch. Because they don't tire for stay idle. And what's in the Bible and the Quran tell we? Ramadan Kareem to the Muslims. It's the third day, I believe, for now. We'll join you now Wednesday with the Christians. I know most Christians like knocking to one calendarized the whole fasting period because they fast outside, like sometimes these dates and stuff like that. They can try to interpret them like as being not a religion. And like we Christians, like we know Jesus not can preach religion. He not can preach religion at all. It's the kingdom principle that I preach. But anyway, I don't go that side. Some people, we were waiting to catch Langamina. That small boats them. The resources they in the water, but all waiting they wait for. Now for make we go take, big boat. We go able make. No, I don't even they talk about them. How they can call them. Forget like how they can call them boats then we can then Chinese boats them. Don't forget their name. How they can call them boats then where they can big, small. Anyway, trawler. They get boats then. Some people I did a research about this massive shipping boat where it cost about $1 billion. Some people imagine we go take one loan and we stabilize the country. We get respect in the country. Result, we stand up against what Mother Bio do so. Now make salon people like this is the reason why I do this audio. Salon man want make salon better, but the thing way for make salon better, they want make we begin build the house from the roof. Say now we move on to 2028. These things don't they bring wealth. So some people, I did a research. $1 billion. They give me expensive, powerful shipping boat. They say we're able to make $5 billion every year from the shipping boat, from water. Imagine these shipping boats could last us for 5 years, 10 years. I do not know the life of their shipping boats there. I'll have to do some research about it. Could well go to 20 years. So imagine if we get 2 of these boats then. $2 billion. Then that $2 billion they give me 10 billion. Or 5 billion every year. Think about this, salon people. We don't even need for rush for pay them off. We use them money, then they build hospitals, build schools, pay teachers them. Imagine waiting salon they make as revenue. $350 million. It's what we make as revenue. As revenue. They say we get 27 billion worth of iron ore. Waiting they happen. We don't get the money. We don't get the access to finance. Some people like we talk about like when you think about loan. When you think about loan, the acronym is ACF. AFC, not ACF, because it's chronological. AFC, we stand for access, the F stands for flexibility, and the C stands for cost. In other words, the interest that you look at last. But do you have access to finance? Within African countries, we don't get access to finance. When you talk about access also, you factor in the cost in there because you can get access, but the cost is very, very expensive. Waiting and can they say so? Because to them, now junk loans them we get because we don't get credit worthiness. To some extent, now, Salon Day, they will not even get that ordinary for me they even give you the money, but they charge me high interest rate. We don't even lost that status there because of we bad politics. The thing the way we encourage now we country, the thing the way we do now we country, for me they make election, when they can decide the will of the people. One great man, they decide for 8 million people as soon as say we population day. how then una expect this house for build in a sustainable way? Una expect that? It's the access to finance. Can we access for many people? There were people that were willing for giving money for let we go buy machineries them how for actually extract the iron ore that's on Kolili. I've said this to you guys before. Gillian Holden, they mine when they can mine when they own when they, I don't know if they own my part, they don't call her, they call her SL mining, that they call her, was it like, I don't forget now, like they I don't know if they're my mines now, whatever it is. Gillian Holden go take loan of like $3.5 billion when a syndicated loan. I don't say this like over 2-3 years ago. For come mine na salone and the 40 other side them na the world. They for go buy machineries. How? Gillian Holden, wait, certain that collection of shareholders them come together. Build this kind of reputation, but a country will get a resources where in fact like the resources supposed to act as a collateral and also like give them access for make them get a loan. A country salon, we get the resources. We go say we get this thing, get geologists them for do the studies and say it's when I get this thing, we can give them loan. Why we not able to access these loan? But rather, few individuals then get more access to loan. Not to paddy business than they power. Now their reputation they keep together. I tell you that Elon Musk, when he bought Twitter for $44 billion. Now that is called X, platform X. He bought Twitter for $44 billion. Elon Musk have 50% of the money where he take for buy Twitter. Now debts. Over $24 billion dollar debt. Now he take for buy Twitter. But Elon Musk at the time was about 350 billion. You ask the question, if it was 350 billion, why people take debt back of 24 billion? Ask yourself that question. That's the logic of the finance world. In fact, Apple was once criticized. Imagine Apple gets money. They're one of the most cash-rich companies in the world. When Apple, nobody go take debt. Investors then begin sell their shares. They begin lose confidence in them. It's bigger than that. Because again, will take with like investors will start looking at like the investment strategy, the future investment strategy. Oh, have they run out of idea? To some extent, even in the finance world, when I remember, what's his name, Warren Buffett, where like he owned like Berkshire Hathaway. So a lot of people, there was one time where Warren Buffett actually kind of like begin they pay dividend, and do share buyback. So a lot of people like waiting a share buyback. Now, like where, for instance, if you don't issue 1,000 shares to different people, if depending on their moods, like if you want shrink, you shareholders them, like for make you get less shareholders then you can kind of like ask people if they're willing for sell the shares back to the company. So like Warren Buffett actually do that where he do like a share buyback where he buy back, the company buy back some shares from shareholders them. Then Dimam say them Warren Buffett, when one of the most powerful investment strategists them in the world, they say Warren Buffett don't begin to run out of idea. People, as a result, Berkshire Hathaway actually kind of like lost in some share price. Some people don't understand. You see, these are some of the things where we want to bring alive in Africa. I can tell people and say, I don't necessarily need for work for government in Africa for make the difference, for make an impact. I don't need to. If it happen, so be it. And we change that continent. I tell you, if some power gets opportunity for salon, we see what they do in salon. People then go run for come na salon, for can see what we do. And some power get what it take. Hey, this statement, if you not let come on and not let come up, it is true. And with all humility, I'm saying it. Like first of all, poor Congo market, but somehow we not sabi bongo. We don't even sabi, be arrogant. We don't even sabi make, toko kantine. We don't even sabi. But this is just the fact. We can change that country. We get what it takes for change that country. I don't tell you now, like me. These things that I'm saying, if you get the right leader, where structures are in place, we put things them in place, we they change that country. We they change them. Some people look. Hey, you see, the problem where we face, I know people are worried about, someone come on. Some people, I don't tell you, I say, the kind of faith where me get in this fight, not because me na or are they looking gone. It is because I believe in the principle of democracy. That's why. People are talking about, this is the reason why, for me, I frown at people like American Marimba. They talk, yeah, I know you, they talk, you doing well for expose these things. But you know what? Kamaremba, if you are fighting for this drugs business and they deviate from the fight of electoral justice, Kamaremba, it means you are being also, you begin being the host from the roof. Good, you expose this. And listen, when they talk about Diana Konomani. You see, some people are glad when I don't come to the realization that we know the fight for individuals. Now, they tell you now, say, Diana Konomani who the fight for. Where are they opposed Diana Konomani now, the last few weeks, months? They don't talk against Sena Mikal Freno. How people like Diana Konomani then they talk about peace. What do you mean, Diana? What do you mean? If una want peace now, una party, una get waiting the people they vote for. Una own peace. Now to una self no kono comping. It's not kono you come. Kono comping peace now una want. Una the cavalry. How about the people them? Imagine people woke up at 4 o'clock morning. Diana Konomani. Una get hurt. People them woke up 4 o'clock morning for go register. People they queue up na san for una sake them. But give the people in peace by fighting for their elections. I see people in the talk about the biggest protest we don't ever happen in Salone. The biggest protest we don't ever happen in Salone. Now when them parliamentarians they refuse for going to parliament, it attracted the world. They ran to Sierra Leone, begging them. It tells you the power. Imagine like a Canadian ambassador. Some people imagine a Canadian ambassador now resign in position for our hunt. In your salon MPs then, when they see, blatant abuse, destruction of powers, then sit down them, they put the rented them. Sorry, if the first month, I don't know if he rented, I just use them in the word no more. I don't know if he rented a course. They put themselves in the parliament for their own sister, brother, they call them. Like a Canadian, somebody who's in a second-class citizen. Now the ambassador resigned for his sake. But a lot of people Samoa Kamara must succeed in this fight. Samoa Kamara, it is succeed Macolon. Some people are don't run out of time. Yeah, listen, Kamara Bawo and say Musa Tarawali, you know, then the suspect say get case. And Musa Tarawali, when I see that guy where they go catch in Guinea with the cocaine, that must cover the catch with the ambassador. Then they try for I know to the ambassador. That guy wouldn't catch that fuller guy, that fuller guy. Now Musa Tarawali in right hand man. That guy did. Now Musa Tarawali in right hand man. So me no get evidence in Musa Tarawali, but that in itself, that is Musa Tarawali in right hand bobo. Now he didn't catch so. When I see Musa Tarawali in relationship with Mother Bio lately, salon people in we country, and by the way, I just want to inform when I say I'll probably, well not probably, I will be, you know, na TPP, like is it come on talk today? Yeah, TPP today, tonight at 8:30. I think we're going to discuss issues about these drugs. Some people, let me wake up. We can fix Africa. We can fix Africa. We can. We all get what it take for fix Africa. We all. Some people, I left for Nana. But one thing where we not get for allow, you see people and they talk about like, Fatima Bio, the legal first lady, they talk about our aunt and all this nonsense. Like game then they can play so. Because the pressure, you see some people like the pressure is on them. Imagine the Canadian ambassador now he resigned from his position in protest. They're under pressure. Now they want to make Conin game. Like say, oh, now because the first lady want to drop the case. There was no case in the first place. People then they talk about cause. Sylvia Blyden, it don't range, send game, mama, all kind of way. Why would I not trigger the cyber law against Sylvia Blyden? But anyway, now the country is so where we want to build the roof before the foundation and the laying of blocks. But they want to make salon better in these circumstances. Not lie. But we will begin build from a strong, solid foundation and raise salon up. We're going to do it. The family, this now on the program, Salon CashBox. And I get a very good evening. And then first mind them, be courageous and focus on Allah and God. May God answer with prayers in that country. Una tata, and thank you.